All right, welcome back. You might have seen previous segments we had with Mike Sobear from Waterworks here in the area. Well, we wanted to bring on Ernest Brown Jr., who, of course, is the Utilities Director for Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government. And Ernest, good to see you. How are you?
I'm great, man. Thank you for having me.
You know, we always, and I wanted to make a point today to bring these utilities and water people on because, well, we often, especially in hurricanes, you don't realize how hard they worked to keep your electrical going, your water going. Then we got a cold snap that's coming through, and a lot of you go home, including myself, we take for granted how much it takes to, and how much they have to be there to monitor the situation. So much like water, I guess you were saying a lot of prayers that we didn't have an ice factor or a water factor to go with this freeze. It would have made it a whole lot difficult.
Yes, we were very nervous with the upcoming weather. MISO did have a max generation alert for the entire area. So whatever generation, power plants, everybody had to come online to provide enough generation in the area.
Let's educate myself and the public at the same time. When you're dealing with electricity, and a lot of people understand now what natural gas has to do with it, has a lot to do because it's made everybody's bills go up, but because natural gas is up. But if too many people are relying on natural gas to stay warm during a 3-day freezing period, it's sort of like opening all your spigots around the house, the pressure drops. Is that correct?
That is correct. You can have some constraints in the system from the natural gas, the supply company that we have. You do have some constraints sometimes with the overflow of the system. So, we did some preventative maintenance during the stations. We, checked the heaters, make sure everything was going. We opened up all of the regulators to make sure that we did have proper flow to cover this cold storm.
Just thinking while I'm talking to you, for Ida, everybody was running their generators.
Yes.
So the natural gas made the demand.
Yes.
It was so high, but
they didn't have enough volume for all of the generators, the home generators at the time.
But what would have happened if we lose power and the generators going with natural gas and they're trying to heat the houses? That might have been problematic. Huh?
Yes. It was a problem. So what happened was we had the major outage during Hurricane Ida, and all of the generators came on at one time, and the system is really not designed or set up for all generators to come on at one time, and it just was starving for natural gas, and they were not able to get a lot of pressure during the homes, and it was only able to run certain sections of the city at the time. But we have taken some upgrades. We have a certain section we upgraded from 2-inch to 4-inch on 311. So we have taken some preventative measures to kind of increase the flow in the area to kind of prevent those things from happening.
Yeah, because I think you were telling me on the 22nd, y'all had an outage, but all through these colder days, y'all were pretty stellar.
Yes, we made out pretty well. On the 22nd, we had a blown lightning arrestor that happened in our substation. The outage lasted for about an hour, and I think we had maybe 3,000 customers. So we were able to get that restored pretty quickly, and we haven't had anything, during this cold weather event, just besides a little trouble calls here and there, but we made out fairly well.
I'm sure, just like Waterworks, a vacation day to you all sometimes is not a vacation day.
Not at all. We're
Right.
always on call. We're always available, when emergencies come out. And, all of the guys are dedicated to the system and the parish to kind of, get everything up and running as soon as possible.
Sort of like surgeons and doctors and nurses.
Yeah.
When the time comes, you can't take a holiday.
You got to show up.
You got to go to work and make
Yes.
it happen.
Yes.
And I want to get into some of the logistical things and we'll continue it in the next segment, but and I'm simplifying this so much, but I want to for the purpose of you being able to explain it. When people walk in their house and they flip that switch and the electricity's on, and we get used to it, And on the average, I don't know how many times I lose power at my house a year. Might be once or twice, to be honest with you. Ida was
Yeah.
an exception to any rule. But that doesn't just happen. It takes a lot of preparation and staying ahead of things before they become a problem, doesn't it?
Oh, yes. We've taken a lot of, preventative measures. We're always doing substation inspections. The guys are out riding the lines, cutting tree limbs. We also incorporated thermal imaging to see if any hot spots, that we may see to catch those equipment that may fail, before it happens.
Thermal imaging. I've used to watch shows way in the past where they were doing that, and I never thought it would just be an everyday tool
Yeah.
for us to use. It's become pretty common, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. We have been, it comes with the drone package that we've been doing. So they, kind of check the top of the poles, every asset on the pole, and, take the pictures, and also include those thermal imaging to get those hot spots.
All right, once again, we are talking with Ernest Brown Jr., not to be confused with Ernie Brown, his dad, who was pretty meticulous when he was coaching. Ernest is the same way in his role as the electrical director here, in the utilities director, really, to be quite frank. And even after y'all were trying to get people restored, supplies were very limited too. Are they still limited at this point?
Still limited. You have transformers with a lead time of maybe a year. Gas supplies are also limited. So we've been, battling those things as well and trying to just keep the constant flow of equipment and materials so we can, better provide service to our customers.
There was already a supply problem because of trucking and transportation and everything else. Then Ida hits, and then we have a storm in Florida that hits. I'm sure it even got worse.
Yes.
I mean, transformers are needed everywhere.
Yes, we had some orders in place, and the vendors told us that everything that we ordered had to be shipped to Florida, to be able to provide those guys with equipment and materials to get those, citizens back up and running in the area.
That doesn't shock me.
Yeah.
We came in second to Florida, huh?
Yes.
They have more delegates.
Yeah.
I always look at it like that. All right, so when we're talking about, getting people's power restored, right down the road from us at HTV, I've been seeing a lot of trucks with big old generators. It looks like equipment. There's a plan, but I'm not sure what the plan is. Can you explain what's going on at the power plant?
Yes, the power plant was extremely damaged by Hurricane Ida. We're working with the consultants and everybody to kind of get a plan to move forward in the future and build a new power plant. But right now, we currently have 21 megawatt generators at the plant that will be able to provide 20 megawatts in this area for, essential services, just in case we lose the energy tie line or we have a catastrophic weather event in this area. So, for example, if we did have to load shed or rolling brownouts in this area, we would be able to put those 21 megawatt generators online to be able to provide our customers with power.
So, if I'm hearing you right, there's not a chance of a rolling brownout, or there is a chance?
Not anymore.
Okay.
The alert, like I said, the generation alert that we had was dismissed, and everything looks to be back to normal.
And that's what, I guess that's the point I'm trying to make to the audience is we should take a lot of things for granted, but that's a 24/7 deal going on down the street.
Yes.
And does that consume a lot of your day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we were prepared. We had the guys on standby there 24 hours through, Friday through Monday to make sure that everything was prepared and ready to go in case we need those units.
Can you bring us up to speed on the new, I know the parish president talks about it a lot, but still waiting on FEMA for some stuff and everything else. So
Yeah.
how nerve-wracking is that for a utilities director to always be waiting on somebody else to bring a transformer or give you a decision or do stuff? Sometimes you got to look past that probably and just, strap yourself in for a long haul and go do it, huh?
Yeah, we're actually waiting on FEMA, like the president of Dove said. We're going through all of the process, data requests. They're asking for all the historical records, maintenance records, and hopefully we can get a plant up and running pretty soon, and be able to help out for this area in case we have any emergencies. So,
But you're supposed to be looking at power at Elysian Fields or Austin Drive or El Paso or in the Bayou area. I bet now you're putting a lot of your resources into getting information so that we can progress with FEMA. It's probably has y'all working double time just to do what you're supposed to be doing and then doing the other things to make it work.
correct. The daily activities are the distribution area, the troubleshooting calls that we have, and with the rest of our staff, that's what they've been dedicated to do, is provide all the resources to make sure that FEMA has everything that they need, and hopefully be able to provide us with some assistance to help build this new power plant.
I want to take up for Ernie here because I know you probably get stopped everywhere and go, "Why's my electric bill?" So has that been the number one question you've had to answer?
Yes, the high cost of electricity and streetlights.
That's right.
Street lights have been a problem, but right now we're all going through construction right now. The decorative street lights and the standard street lights, we have those projects moving forward, and it should be completed probably in the middle of 2023.
When you became utilities director, did you ever think you would be talking about streetlights?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. But I understand that the
Right.
residents, they believe that helps for safety reasons, and we understand, and we're sympathetic to those needs, and we try to respond
And I
as
get
quick
it.
as possible.
I didn't think that a storm would come in and knock so many down, I guess is my point, and it
Oh,
did.
yes, yes.
And then some subdivisions spent a little more money and put decorative.
Yes.
Some had the standard, and now the council's being forced to jump through hoops on, what do you replace? Do you spend the extra money to put the decorative, or do you walk it back? So decisions have to be made that we never really thought we would ever have to make.
Right. The standard street lights, we can probably, order those and get those within a good time frame. But the decorative lights has the long lead time, 40, 50 weeks. That's what we've been waiting on. So like I said, those projects are coming along well. Not as fast as the public would like, but we will make sure that every street light has been fixed from Hurricane Ida.
You're hired to do a job. You do it well. But there's a compassionate side. I always tell people in our business, people here, there's a compassionate side when somebody comes to you with a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the straight answer, but here's the compassionate answer, because a lot of people are still dealing with permitting. Ida just disrupted. I mean, post-traumatic stress syndrome, it's real.
Yeah.
When you're talking about Hurricane Ida. So y'all have had to regroup. Here's a straight answer. Gas is going up, but you also got to be compassionate in the way you deliver the message, don't you?
Yes, we tried to put out some Facebook, social media posts, flyers in the mail for the utilities to let them know that, hey, this summer they're expecting, higher energy rates, higher gas costs, and just try to prepare them on some cost-saving measures and how to reduce your consumption.
I was looking at, I guess it was Facebook, I was seeing people putting ice in the big garbage can, rigging up fans, and we've probably gone back 30 or 40 years, but sometimes that's not bad, is it?
Oh, anything you can do to help, help your consumption would help lower your utility rates, your bills, your gas usage. So anytime you can conserve, turn off the lights, the thermostats, and you just adjust those to make sure, you're still comfortable, but also conserving your usage as well.
How do I guess there's three services around, how do they work together? How do you work with Energy, and how do you work with Sleeka? Do y'all talk a lot, or how's that work?
Oh, yes. We have a good relationship with Energy and Sleeka. We talk all the time, especially in emergency cases, where we're near their power lines. We may need to get them to, disconnect their utility points. So we have a good relationship with those guys. They're always, able to assist us, and we offer that same assistance in return.
So the feeder lines y'all get, just to explain to the public, you have to rely on other people to get the major feeder lines in, right?
Yes,
Okay.
our major transmission line is owned and operated by Energy. And we take that into our sub-transmission and then our distribution to our customers. So we do have to rely on Energy and especially communicate those if they have any type of outages that may affect our customers.
As a utilities director, I know as a TV station that when we see a storm in the Gulf, everybody assumes, oh, this is, man, you must love to go on TV, you must love. I'm here to tell you, we can't stand it. And yeah, when I was young and I had all this energy, yeah, let's go get it.
Yeah.
But as I've seen the devastation and the amount of people that are displaced and the amount of just debris and families that have been wrecked, but I also see the utility companies just having to work relentless. Like so bad with the water, repairing all the water lines.
Yes.
And not to mention that the phones are ringing, if they can get through,
Yes.
and talk to somebody and scream at somebody because they don't have electricity or water. That's a pretty burdensome job that you have in it.
It is. It's tough, but it's also rewarding. Like I said, I'm born and raised in Homer, so anytime I'm able to help our customers, give back to the community, I'm willing to do that. So
Yeah.
if I have to work 20 days in a row like we did in Hurricane Ida to make sure that the power was restored, I'm willing to do it.
And I know the parish president puts a lot of faith in you because I've heard him say it
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot. And, I guess that means a lot to him to have people in positions that can handle the situation. So obviously you've shown him something because he loves the way you handle the situation.
I thank him, for giving me the opportunity to be the utilities director. And, when we talked about it, I told him that, I'll be dedicated, hardworking, and I'll do whatever is in my power to make sure that the system is reliable.
Can we draw up a contract right now that next year we still don't have another hurricane
I hope.
and we don't have any ice that comes in? Can we just have just 1 year when nothing happens?
I know that would help the system a lot. That would help the crews a lot, so we can finally catch up from Hurricane Ida. We're still rebuilding, we're still upgrading, and we're still, repairing. The job is
How much
never
time do
ending.
you think you need at this point moving forward to get everything back to where
Probably a year.
a year?
Yeah.
So, like they said, Ida would put everybody back a couple of years,
Yes.
barring anything else coming along the way and disrupting that.
Correct. That is correct.
All right, we're going to pray that we just have a lull
I hope.
in everything. I know you're a prayerful guy. So, Ernest, I want to thank you for coming on. I appreciate you for what you're doing for the parish. And just keep on straight and narrow. Keep trying to get everybody buttoned up. And thank you for coming on. And like I said, I know y'all was supposed to have a Christmas holiday too, but in utilities
Yes.
and water lines and TV stations,
Yes.
no such thing.
Thank you for having me, and I appreciate it being here.
All right, Ernest.
Thank you.
Once again, Ernest Brown, our utilities director, doing a great job along with all the utility companies, the police, firefighters, ambulance, people, the doctors, the nurses, all who have to work during the Christmas holidays. And if I forgot anybody, I apologize, but we appreciate all the work, appreciate our crew. They're here today. Most people are off, but we're broadcasting. It's what we do. All right, we'll take a short break. We'll have a lot more here on HTV. Thanks for viewing. We'll see you around the corner.